guys, what's up? I'm Maria Delia, and today we're doing another drive with me. Today we're going to get into a new series. This is episode 1 of Med School Survival. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that should be talked about a lot more than it currently is, and that is the med school curriculum. And I don't mean the basics of this school is 1.5 years of didactics versus 2 years of didactics, or even this school is systems-based learning. I mean the real differences that make or break your medical school experience. So we're going to get into it. Let's get into the things that they don't put on the website. Okay, so the first big difference is exam schedule, the exam frequency. Some schools test every week, some schools test every 2 weeks. And listen, that lifestyle, it's not for everybody because weekly exams mean that you're studying always preparing for the next exam that Friday, always in exam mode. It becomes sort of like a treadmill, if you will. You keep moving, you keep pushing, you keep doing, you get through it, but you never really feel done. On the other hand, some schools test every 4 weeks or 6 weeks or even 8 weeks. And that's a whole different vibe. Those exams are often referred to as block exams. And with that vibe, you might feel like you're cruising for a little while. And then suddenly it's 2 weeks before the exams and it's war. You're drowning in content. It's like a marathon, honestly. Long stretches of studying and then a quick sprint at the end, right before the exam. Neither, honestly, is better or worse. It really just depends on your personality. So if you're someone who likes routines, deadlines, and weekly exams, then that might be the thing for you. But if you're someone who likes deep dives, longer study blocks, and truthfully understanding material and not having so much pressure on you all the time, then a block system might work best for you. The longer the block, the better off you'll be. But this one choice alone can truly dictate your medical school experience. So think about it. Next, attendance policies. Yeah, we're going back to high school. We're going back to attendance is mandatory. Yes. Some schools are like that. Listen, I understand that this might catch some people off guard. It caught me off guard. It definitely caught me off guard. Some schools will take attendance like it's high school, and that's not a bad thing. You'll have mandatory lectures, mandatory small group, mandatory labs, and if you're not there, there's often consequences to that, like losing professionalism points or losing points for attendance that might make up your grade. And if you're a self-learner, I'll be honest, this can feel very suffocating. Other schools are pretty flexible. You can watch lectures online, you can stream them when they're currently doing them on campus and be in a completely different location looking at the lecture that day. You can learn at your own pace. No one's checking to see if you're physically in a classroom. And honestly, that level of freedom is a gift for some people, but it can also be very unstructured for others. So ask yourself, do you like structure or do you like having autonomy? Do you like having flexibility? Those questions need answers. And so if you have the opportunity to choose between one or the other, choose the one that fits who you are as a person. Continuing on with some things that might have been expected in high school, there's dress code, which sounds small until it's 7 a.m. and you have to be in business casual or professional attire every single day. So some schools require business casual for everything. Lectures, group sessions, not lab. You probably don't want to wear that in the lab. And if that's your vibe, then amazing, great, you know? But if you're someone who likes to be comfortable when you're studying, when you're learning, then this can feel like an unnecessary level of stress, and it's something that you should definitely keep into consideration. Other schools, hoodies galore, sweatpants galore. And obviously for your OSCEs or clinical assessments, you're expected to dress appropriately, but for the learning portions of the curriculum, you can wear essentially come as you are, obviously with, an asterisk there. Keep it professional to some extent. Another thing that many do not talk about is the busywork. Some schools assign essays, quizzes, weekly, bi-weekly, every other day, discussion boards, case studies, random write-ups or random participation points that honestly can take away time necessary to study for your step 1 exams and take away energy because it takes time to focus and to put effort into those things as well as prepare for your board exams at the same time. Other schools, no assignments. You just study, which honestly sounds like so simple, but it's really a lot. You need to dedicate a lot of time to studying in medical school. It's the only way you learn. And honestly, that difference can make or break your week, especially if you're working or parenting or someone who commutes. Then you have small group, lab, problem based learning, all the different things that make a difference in your experience in medical school, but vary so widely across all of the medical schools. At some schools, you'll have small group every day. At other schools, you'll have small group every 2 weeks, a month, or even once or twice a week. And some schools have mandatory intense lab hours, while some will make it a little bit more flexible. So if you thrive in a team based learning setting, then this would be great for you. But if you are someone who thrives by studying alone or learning alone, then it's something to think about. Know your learning style. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, but isn't that going to change when I get into medical school? It could, but listen to your intuition. You've got this far. Give yourself a little bit of credit. And then finally, there's culture. What is the student body like? Do they share resources? Is administration supportive of changes that need to be made? How often do they respond to feedback from students? What's the access to mentorship? Do students generally feel happy there? Do you feel represented within the student body? These things matter just as much as curriculum, so there's something to definitely keep in mind because med school is already hard enough. You need to be in an environment where you can grow, not just survive. So, yeah, when you're choosing a medical school, don't just look at class rankings. Don't just look at what's posted on the website. Ask the hard questions. Look at the lifestyle that comes with that medical school. Can you truly see yourself there? Look at what an actual day to day would look like for that school for each year because each year varies. See how you fit in. Seriously, think about it. It's a big decision. But hopefully, with these tips, you feel more prepared because these things are what determine your happiness and your stability and your overall success. So, I hope this is helpful. Love you guys. See you later.